Hello and welcome to the Learning Reading Hub. On this channel, we create content about learning to read, so you, as a parent or educator, are empowered with information about this very important matter. Today, we're going to talk about a very hot topic that worries many parents. And that topic is why so many children struggle with learning to read. Frankly, it is disheartening to see how many parents think they have done something wrong and are really tired to see their children struggling to read. And despite lots of effort, they even miss high-frequency words. On this video, we are going to uncover one by one the top reasons why so many children struggle with reading. Watch until the end because you may have some aha moments. But before we start, just a very quick announcement. We're giving away some freebies, including a very effective kit of learning to read activity worksheets. You can find instructions on how to claim these giveaways on the description of the video. And now, without further ado, let's begin. Did you know that a great percentage of kids leave school with very poor reading skills? To be more specific, around 25% of children do not reach the basic level of reading ability when they leave school, and around 2/3 never become proficient readers. And the most worrisome part is that the reading ability of children is on the decline. In the year 1992, the U.S. National Assessment of Educational Progress started to assess the reading abilities of children at grades 4, 8, and 12. On the class of 2019, reading scores were lower than in the year 1992, regardless of the level of education of parents. This is really happening across the board. And to very smart kids too. So, what is going on? How can this be? Okay, let's go over the different reasons why, in our opinion, this is happening. Reason number 1, dyslexia. The percentage of dyslexic children remains unclear. Some experts believe that around 5% of the population are dyslexic, while others consider that the percentage can be as high as 20%. Dyslexia is in fact quite a controversial topic because there is a great deal of disagreement on the diagnosis and treatment of the condition. Clinicians can use different tests for evaluation, and they can also interpret the results differently. Dyslexia is a neurobiological condition, and those who suffer from dyslexia have problems recognizing words and with spelling. But some clinicians could put this label to just anyone who struggles with reading fluently. Other students with broader learning problems and not only reading could also be put the label of dyslexic, depending on the clinician given the diagnosis. So, the real extent of how dyslexia plays a part in all of these remains unclear. Reason number 2, the tricky English spelling. In fairness, children learning to read English have a more complicated job than children learning to read other languages. The English spelling system is especially complicated, full of irregularities. These irregularities are the result of a language that has taken and combined words and spellings from many other languages. English has been heavily influenced and changed by other languages including French, Latin, Greek, Chinese, and many more. And even though English is an alphabet-based language, the alphabet used, Roman alphabet, doesn't have enough number of letters to represent all the sounds of spoken English. English resorts to letter combinations to express those extra sounds. For example, the C plus H letter combination used to express the ch sound that we find in words like church. But sometimes there is not much consistency on the letter combinations among different words. Why is that? Well, that would be a topic for another whole video. But let's just say that one of the main reasons is that there has never been an official institution regulating the use of the English language. And this is actually pretty uncommon. Reason number 3, teaching methods. Unfortunately, English is not always taught using the best methods. This is actually the saddest reason because it is well under our control, unlike the 2 previous reasons. But unfortunately, there is a lot of confusion about this topic. Whole language methodology continues to be the preferred way of teaching to read English. And this is despite evidence telling us that methods based on phonics and phonemic awareness are superior. Children are encouraged to guess and to memorize words rather than being taught a strong foundation for decoding those words. Had them been taught a proper methodology, we wouldn't have so many stragglers. When children on whole word programs are confronted with new words, they are left with only one strategy: memory and continuous repetition. This is truly a very weak foundation. Our recommendation here is giving children the opportunity to learn and develop a strong foundation for decoding the language so they can have this crucial skill for the rest of their lives. A foundation based on phonics and phonemic awareness. That way, when texts become more complicated, they have the necessary tools for decoding these new words without being overwhelmed and getting frustrated. Unfortunately, even some educators may not have this strong foundation based on phonics and phonemic awareness, so it is difficult for them to teach it. So, in our opinion, the best strategy is to encourage phonemic awareness at home from an early age. More about that on our next reason. But before we move on to the next reason, we want to briefly talk about phonemic awareness in case you're wondering what it is. In short, phonemic awareness is the ability to hear and identify the individual sounds which make up words. These individual sounds are called phonemes. For instance, the word cat is formed by the phonemes k, a, t. A child who is phonemically aware can recognize and manipulate those individual sounds. If you want to understand more about this topic, we have plenty of videos talking about phonemic awareness on this channel. Reason number 4. The family environment. It is extremely important that parents get involved in the process of learning to read. This starts from a very early age, as the learning to read process starts well before children start formal preparation at school. Parents need to provide a supportive learning environment for their children. They need to read to their children from birth and help them once they start formal training. Apart from reading to their children, there are many other simple strategies that parents can use to develop the necessary pre-reading skills in young children. If you're interested in knowing more about this topic, you can check our other videos about pre-reading skills in children. And remember to claim your free Learning to Read activity worksheets on the video description. And if you are thinking about acting on the information, you may want to consider joining a good quality reading program for your child. We strongly recommend that you look for programs that are based on phonics and phonemic awareness. For a shortcut, you can actually check our recommended reading programs on the video description. If you found value on this video, please, we would really appreciate if you could give it a like. And if you like this type of content, consider subscribing to this channel and turning the notifications on by hitting on the bell icon. This way, you will be notified when we publish new videos.